Hi guys, welcome back to Salt and Light. A couple of videos ago we were looking at the construction of the bridge deck, and I want to continue on from there. As I was looking back over the footage, I realised that the next step was actually to get Bulkhead D. Now this bulkhead is the one that will go between the two hulls and will also support the mast. Now this one is very important because the way that it is constructed in conjunction with the bridge deck really means that it has to go in first. So we're going to look at getting that bulkhead ready. It required some fiberglassing, fitting that bulkhead in between the two hulls and getting that glassed in. We'll also look at the bottom section of where the bulkhead attaches to the bridge deck, and to show you how it's incorporated in. The structure is almost like an I-beam, if you like. So we'll look at how that happens and the importance of why we need to get this done first before we went any further with the bridge deck. Hope you enjoyed this video. So this is Bulkhead D. Now this is the bulkhead that the mast is going to sit on. So it's made up of 18mm marine grade plywood, and to that we will apply 2 layers of 600 gram unidirectional, laid at a 45-degree angle and overlapped by 90 degrees, and that will be applied to both sides. So to start the process, 2 coats of resin is applied to the plywood. So the first coat is allowed to soak in, and then a second coat is then applied. On top of that then the glass is laid. At this point we noticed that the bulkhead was a little bit narrow, and after checking the centres at the forebeam, we just found that we're about 6 mil over the width as per the design. And reality is that at this point we split the difference 3 mils on each side, which was then filled with epoxy mixed with milled glass fibre and Cavasil, so the joint's going to be very strong, and of course it will be covered with 2 layers of 600 unidirectional as well. So you can see here on the drawing the glass schedule for this bulkhead, and you can see that there's 2 layers extending down into the hull, and so that's what I'm doing right now, applying those layers. One thing that isn't obvious in the video is that I had cut a slot into the bottom of the bridge deck panels to allow the glass to continue on down onto the 45-degree splay underneath the bridge deck. And I also overlaid the joint with 2 layers of glass as well. And of course this same procedure was done in all 4 corners of the bulkhead. And everything of course was covered in peel ply at the end. So you can see here in this drawing the requirements of the bulkhead. So there's hardwood timber strips at the bottom and at the top of the bulkhead, and obviously on both sides, and that's what creates the I-beam structure of this bulkhead. So I cut the timber pieces to fit, making sure that any scarf joints that I had in the lengths, they're all offset, so none of them were overlapping in any way. So all the gluing surfaces, I get a coat of epoxy resin, and then I use a mixture of Cavasil and the resin to make a thickened mixture, which is then applied to the bridge deck and to the joining pieces to the bulkhead. And of course, when it came time to glue these pieces in, I had to come up with some way of holding them into place. So by using some strips of timber at an angle and clamping on one end, I was able to create pressure downwards and across to hold these pieces in place. In a future video, we'll show how we did the top part of the beam, which was pretty challenging actually, but that will be a video all in itself. That's it for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Stay tuned, the next one is not too far away, where we'll continue on with building the bridge deck. If you've enjoyed it, leave a comment. I always enjoy reading what you've got to say. So until then, we'll see you in the next video.